Hey, how are you? Let's talk Paragon from Epic Games. Paragon is an upcoming third-person MOBA. It'll release on the PC and PlayStation 4 in 2016. The two trailers we've seen so far have shown promise. The characters look interesting. I already have my eyes on Decker. She apparently wielded Twin Blade. That's awesome. I love Twin Blade. The graphics are gorgeous, probably the best looking MOBA there'll ever be. But more on that later. It looks like it'll be fun to play. However, the MOBA genre feels like it's been tapped dry. But the third-person aspect really does bring a new life to it. In that respect, it reminds me a lot of Smite. I've always admired Smite, but never committed to playing it for some reason. I guess just I didn't really have the time, but I'll get to more on that later too. Smite is also a third-person MOBA and has found its niche as such. It'll be interesting to see what kind of competition this will stir, since both Paragon and Smite will be third-person shooters. It'll be interesting to see if there'll be any, obvious crossover, but I don't know, it'll be interesting to see if there's just competition. Uh, this game has piqued my interest, but I do have some concerns I'd like to share with you. Earlier I touched on the graphics. This game does look like it'll be gorgeous. We haven't seen in-game footage yet, but we've seen in-engine stuff, and it looks like it looks beautiful. No other MOBA has gone for the photorealistic look, but that might be a problem for Paragon, because having less intense graphics allows for those other games to appeal to as many players as possible. For Paragon to be intentionally limiting a player base in an already crowded market could turn out poorly. Perhaps Paragon will find its niche as the best looking MOBA. I don't know. I really like the look of the game, and I hope they commit to it. I'm just voicing my concerns for it. Even League of Legends had this issue too. When they released the new Howling Abyss map, people had problems. Their computers did not perform well on the map, so they had to tone it down a bit. They also used that knowledge when they made new maps. New maps looked great, but they didn't make them unnecessarily complex. I look forward to seeing the balance Epic strikes. Another concern is how will Paragon attract other mobile players? The mobile players tend to be fiercely loyal to their games of choice. I'm a League of Legends player. I don't have time for Smite or Dota 2, even though I like both of them. I barely have time for Heroes of the Storm. I use that just as a turn my brain off and have fun game. How will I make time for this game? The problem is I like being good at games, as do other mobile players. They're competitive games. Starting from scratch in a new game is frustrating. It sucks being bad. There's also a huge knowledge barrier. I know almost every item in Champion like the back of my hand in League. I don't have a clue in other games. That knowledge is important. So for Paragon, I would recommend making a game with a low barrier to entry, as low as possible. Everything needs to be explained. It needs to be self-evident what everything does. If something kills me, it needs to tell me what it was, how it did it, and what I can do to prevent it in the future. That way, veteran players can be caught up to speed on Paragon's rules. And that doesn't mean it doesn't mean that this game can't have a high skill ceiling. It just needs to have a low barrier to entry so people can get in and get up to speed quickly and then go on to get as good as they are in other games. Another thing is payment model. This is the biggest issue, really. Paragon will be free to play, like most of the other good MOBA games. But there really isn't enough money to go around. League and Dota 2 make a ridiculous amount of money. It's why those games have spawned so many other MOBAs. It's because people just see how much money they're making and they're like, we gotta tap into that. But the problem is there really isn't any money left. People have spent all their money on League and Dota, and as I said, have become loyal to those games. So they just don't have the money to go around to these other games. Capitalizing on purchasable cosmetics will be extremely difficult. People will need to fall in love with your game and characters. The only thing I can suggest here other than make a great game is to make purchasing heroes easy. It's frustrating in a lot of other games to either have to take a long time to earn the heroes you want with in-game currency or to buy them when you really don't want to with real world money. So please make it easy, make them fairly easy to earn with in-game currency, and maybe also have a sort of bundle that we could use to buy them all at once so that we can just get them all and just get up to speed on what we're doing and who we like right off the bat. It goes back to what I said earlier, where you want the veteran players you're trying to lure over to get brought up to speed quickly to the level of play they expect from themselves. That wraps it up. Those are what I like about the game so far. Those are what I have concerns for so far. But, despite all that, I definitely will keep my eyes on Paragon in the future. I hope it turns out well. I really do. I do like MOBAs, and I'd like to see more, because not a ton of competition right now, but it's because it's such a hard genre to penetrate, to get into. Um, League was, the first to really do it big. Then Dota 2 came along, and that got a lot of traction just because of the name alone, and it is a good game. Um, and then Smite had a twist. Heroes has its twist. So Paragon. I don't know. Third person's been done. Third person's been done. So it's gonna need another twist in that. It looks like there will be. They have on their website they have the card system that looks interesting. So it maybe hints towards customizable heroes from a gameplay perspective. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But anyway, what do you think? Are you excited for Paragon? Do you have any concerns for it? If you got anything to say, please leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. It helps the channel a lot, and I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to see more of me and Paragon coverage, then please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.